Hello, mis amores. I hope you're doing great. It's a beautiful day
To save lives.
a beautiful day to consume nothing but cheese. And by nothing, I don't mean nothing, but I mean different things that were consumed while also consuming cheese. Cheese will be our focus this week, which surprised me a little when I thought of it. Or maybe that's what made me want to do this video, because I don't really eat that much cheese. I do love a bit of Parmesan every now and then on top of something and stuff. Don't mind a bit of cheese. I just don't really buy it myself. Maybe twice a year I crave a bit of cheese and I will have it. I also don't usually like too cheesy things. The amount of cheese I will consume in this video will probably exceed the amount of cheese that I consume in a year usually. Okay, maybe in like 3 months. But that's fun, you know? I just thought we'd spend a day eating super cheesy dishes only. Is too much cheese bad for you? I mean, consuming as much cheese in one day, but I think we're fine because it's an exception. I think my body can handle it. Although, not gonna lie, this morning at the gym, I almost fainted. I've never had that before, but I was like, ew, 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 that would be so embarrassing. What the fuck? Get yourself together. Doesn't matter now because I'm definitely not gonna faint thinking of my breakfast. Yeah, should I use past tense now? Anyway, let's go back to past Vincent because he's already had breakfast and have fun. Good morning. I just got home from the Jimmy Jam and it's time for breakfast. Obviously, there are a lot of cheesy options that we've got, but I went with the most basic one, which might not be basic to some of you, but
Is it a crime?
we're gonna make a quesadilla, and I'm gonna try and make it as breakfasty as possible by just adding some random stuff to it as well. To those of you who don't know what a quesadilla is, good morning. Basically, it's just a tortilla filled with cheese that is then baked, fried in a pan. And then obviously you can add different ingredients to the cheese as well, like for example, minced meat or vegetables if you're fancy. Maybe some avocado on top as well, and it's really nice. It's really good. I mean, it's cheese. I will add some mushrooms, some spring onion. That's about it. And then on top, I will just have some lettuce, more tomatoes maybe. Ooh, and maybe some cottage cheese. Wink, wink. We will start with our tortillas. I never know if I should pronounce it like English or Spanish. Tortillas. There we go. I think that's a good size. Oh, obviously we're gonna add any spices that we can find. But we're gonna start this off with the cheese. This is not very finely grated cheddar. Some mozzarella. I never know how much is too much. I think with quesadilla there really isn't too much, or there rarely ever is too much cheese. I think this is good though. He said and added more. I'm only gonna add mushrooms, no tomato. I'm gonna eat that on top. Spring onion. I think we can spread it out a little bit more. Bit of parsley, some pepper. Ooh, maybe some garlic. A bit of paprika. I still have this taco mix. I think that should be fine. Let's cover this bitch and wait for I don't know how long. Love this game. Of course, I'm also gonna add a bit of tahini, even though I forgot about it. Ooh, we can flip. Flip that bitch and make it U-turn. Yeah. Oh. She done already had her sauces. Making another one for Naomi Johnster. Without adding anything on top, I just, I want the cheese, so we're just gonna cut it right away. Because it's been sitting here for quite a while already. Whoopsies. Okay, cheers. Cheers. Mmm. I think we waited a little too long for the nice cheese pull. It's really nice. Why does this taste so good right now? It's the tahini. I was like, why is it so flavorful and like so? Yum, yum, yum. A great way to start the day, right? Ta-da! Cheers, my queers. I'm gonna devour this now. I'll see you for lunch. And welcome back to the present. Present has a double meaning because I'm so glad you're here. It's like your presence is a present to me. Anyway, Lunch is gonna be super cheesy, of course. Honestly, I should think of like super cheesy lines. I'll try and come up with some. If not, send me your cheesiest, maybe hookup line, but just like cheesy jokes I'll take as well. Show them to me in the comments. Let's find the cheesiest line. We're gonna make naan with a cheesy ground beef filling. Veggie in my case, actually vegan. The dough will also have to rest for a while, so let's get started with the dough. You start by mixing 250 grams of yogurt with 1 teaspoon of baking powder and a pinch or 2 of salt. Add 1 egg, about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and lastly add 400 grams of flour. Surely I get far with a spoon, right? Okay. My favorite thing ever. Seems a little bit too wet for my liking, so I swear I loved you from the start. It's still very wet, just a little bit more. I don't think it's getting any less wet, so maybe it's supposed to be wet. I mean, there's yogurt in it, so I'm sure it's fine. This dough will have to rest for apparently about an hour now. We're just gonna make the filling and hope that the dough is done by the time we're done with the filling. Honestly, the filling is very easy to make. You can probably add more stuff to it. All you're gonna need is some garlic, some onion, then you need some ground beef, and then just the usual like salt, pepper, paprika, and whatever other spices that you want to add. You should probably add tahini, but it'll all taste better once you've taken a sip of your coffee. I'm just gonna fry it in some olive oil, like I'm sure you've fried ground beef or something like ground beef before, so. While it's cooking, let me tell you a quick story that I still have to come up with because I've got nothing to tell. Literally nothing's happening in my life, so I can't even update you on anything. Ooh, yesterday we tried to install these like climbing things for the cats on our wall, and we installed 2 things perfectly and it was super great and we were so happy. It all worked smoothly, and I just hate drilling holes into a wall, but I do it because I guess sometimes it just has to be done. And then it came to the 3rd thing, which was like a little house, not really a house, but just something they can like go in and sleep in, and it has a roof, so maybe it is a house. Then I went to drill the hole, and of course that would be a stud right behind that last hole that we drilled. So we couldn't even install that 3rd one, and the 2 things that we had installed before that, they were basically just climbing things to get to that 3rd thing. So now they're probably not even going to use the 2 things because they lead to nowhere. I don't know how we're going to fix that problem. I'm glad though that I could share that problem with you because it's hard to find a therapist, so and I'm not even sure that my therapist would be interested in that problem. But anyway, hi, it's been about 45 minutes and I only made half the recipe, so I think like half an hour-ish is enough. It'll have to rest again anyway. If you use the amounts that I told you to, you can turn your dough into 4 balls. It's still a little too wet to me, so I'm just gonna put a little bit of flour here and just touch the tiniest bit of it, you know? They're gonna have to rest for another 10 minutes. And then we can finally fill our naans. Now we have to roll this out into a big square. So everybody say yeah. That rhymed. Funny, haha, right? Pooh, it's still quite wet. Now what the fuck did I do? I think we can ignore this. Let's just hope for the best, right? Finally, it's time for a cheese. Just put it in a little square-ish situation. Obviously you're gonna add quite a lot so it becomes really cheesy. Add the ground beef on top. Good luck me. So I'm just gonna put this side first. I have enough dough to make it bigger, but then we just do this. It's a little too small. The dough is supposed to be thinner. As you were able to tell, I struggled quite a bit. Maybe the second one will work better. Oh my god, it's not looking good for us. Please don't rip. Please don't rip. We're just gonna fry it in a pan now without any oil. Good luck me. When we take it out, we're also gonna put a bit of butter on top so it melts. Not gonna lie, my dough is so thick that it takes quite a while to cook, but I think I'm gonna call it a day, like on this. I think I'm done. Here's number 2. The ambulance is coming already. It looks really good. It smells good. Honestly, the dough isn't really cooked on the side. I just won't eat the sides. Let's pull this apart and see if we've got cheese action.
I don't wanna do this anymore.
Oh, just the tiniest bit. That's sad. Where did all my cheese go? I put so much cheese. Oh my god. I'm sure this will be better if you're a meat eater. Yeah, ground beef, I'm not the biggest fan of the alternatives. Make sure you really season it very well though, because I season it a lot, I think, but it's kind of getting lost. And then if you think you've added enough cheese, add some more cheese. Because while mine is cheesy, it's not super duper cheesy like I wanted it to be. Also, this kind of took forever. I'm gonna eat some of it and then I'm already gonna make a snack. Otherwise, it's almost dinner time now. I'll see you guys after my coffee. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye. Hey, it's time to slay. For that reason, we're gonna make a cheesy snack. Although cheese is, we're gonna use feta cheese. It is a cheese. It's just not gonna be like cheesy. I'm not even gonna use feta. I'm gonna use Hirtenkäse. So basically, we're gonna cut the feta into cubes and then make a nice little crust with egg, flour, and cornflakes. You're gonna crush the cornflakes. You should take unsweetened ones, or, you know, I will tell you once I try it what it tastes like with sweetened ones, because they didn't have unsweetened ones. That little, not the greatest sound. Excelente.
Hola, soy una maestra de español. Por supuesto, tengo que corregir la pronunciación.
Doesn't have to be super fine. We can start. This cheese is quite juicy, so I think I'm just gonna pat dry it with a paper towel. This is the order. You take a cube, put it into the flour, then the egg, and the cornflakes last. I'm sure we can do a better job, but it was only just the beginning. I think 6 are enough. And now 10 to 12 minutes at 180 degrees Celsius. Ah! Our snack should be done. Ooh, seems crunchy. We love that. And soft. That looks pretty good. You can already see the parsley that I chopped up a little. But before that, apparently, we have to drizzle some honey on top. Speaking of top, I need to put on something else. Honey, honey, honey. Then she also put some chili flakes on top. And the parsley. Wowie! That actually looks really good. But as soon as there's anything green on top, it always looks good. Do you think this will be very hot? Oh, I don't know about the parsley on this, but I like it with the honey. It is a bit underwhelming. Maybe I should have seasoned the egg so that way we have some more flavor in there. The crunch is nice. As a snack, I think it's okay. Yeah, I'm not obsessed, but I'm sure I will be obsessed with dinner. I'll be back later. Hello, my loves. Hello, my loves. I got changed for dinner mainly because I actually hated the top that I wore. I don't know why I wore it. Anyway, what is better than pizza, right? Hopefully that'll be the case with this pizza as well, because it is a protein pizza that we're gonna make. I don't have pizza that often because I don't really think that ordering pizza works very well, and I hate frozen pizza. Like, I don't hate it, but it's just not pizza to me, and like, I rarely go out to eat pizza. I do like pizza a lot though. I'm not sure how I feel about like pizza alternatives. Like a couple of years ago, I would make tuna pizza, like the dough made out of tuna and other stuff, or cauliflower pizza as well. But usually, like, if I crave pizza, then I'll just get a pizza. I'm curious as to how this one is gonna go, because essentially it's still a pizza. We just, again, are gonna add some yogurt to the dough. Here's what you need for the dough and for everything else as well, basically. In a bowl, you're gonna mix 70 grams of all-purpose flour with 1 teaspoon of baking powder, a pinch of salt, and 60 to 70 grams of Greek yogurt. Now you're gonna have to knead it until a smooth ball forms. I used a little bit more flour because the comments said that theirs was very sticky and I didn't want to have the same issue as I had for lunch. It is quite sticky, but I think it's actually quite okay as well. Just let this rest for a couple of minutes, like 5-ish. In the meantime, we're gonna make a garlic butter. And for that, you just mix 5 grams. I think I've got 10 grams because I was like... I will mix it with a lot of garlic because I want my pizza to be very garlicky. Then I'm also gonna add some dried herbs, like this is oregano, and just some mixed herbs. I don't even know what's in there. And again, a little bit of salt and maybe also some pepper. That's done. Now after the 5 minutes, you can roll out the dough to your desired thickness. I will prepare my mozzarella. For this, I didn't get shredded mozzarella. I'm just gonna shred it myself. I'm now gonna preheat the oven to 200 degrees Celsius. That's one small ass pizza. It didn't look that small in the video. It's pretty thin now. I don't think I want it to be thinner than that. So then we're just gonna spread our garlic butter on top, if possible. How did she cover her entire pizza that looked bigger than mine with just 5 grams of butter? Now just the cheese is on top. This is mozzarella. And lastly, just a bit of Parmesan. Wow, that's gonna be cheesy, hopefully. That's it already, guys. Bake this for 8 to 10 minutes. Before I open this oven door, I think we have to realize and remind ourselves that this pizza is not gonna be extraordinary. It's not gonna be crazy in flavor because we didn't really put anything on it except for cheese and garlic. That being said, let's look at her. Wow, it looks like a big blob of cheese. Wowee! This is probably the cheesiest thing we've made today. It also smells really good. The garlic. I think with this one we're gonna get a nice cheese pull. I mean, we have to. It's literally just cheese. Yeah! I don't know if we could see. Owie, it's so hot. Ooh! That was hot. So now our pizza looks like this. Let's try. Here we go. Here's our protein cheese pizza. Honestly, it's probably one of the best pizzas I've ever made at home. And that was really simple. I know this is about cheese, but let me try just the dough.
Extremely bland.
Pizza dough does have some sort of flavor to it. This is extremely bland, but honestly still good. You know what? I'm actually impressed with this. It is a little bit too cheesy for me, but that was the goal of this video. I think we definitely found the cheesiest one for dinner. We saved it for last. But you guys know me and my taste by now. I will probably add some sort of fresh ingredient to it on top. I just need that. Otherwise I feel really, ooh. Okay guys, and that ends our day. I'm honestly exhausted. I'm not sure if it was because of all the cheese that I randomly consumed today or if I'm just exhausted. I mean, I think me almost fainting at the gym was kind of a sign of exhaustion. But don't worry guys, I'll take this seriously. But yeah, I'm definitely exhausted. Those weren't very difficult or intricate recipes that I had to make. I think it was still pretty successful. I wasn't obsessed with any of the recipes, but all of the recipes can be tweaked and perfected a little. I wish we could have dinner together every night. Maybe I should just stream again and just eat dinner while I stream. Let me know what you think of that idea. But it's getting really dark, so it's my time to go now. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Entonces nos vemos la próxima vez. Bye. Bye bye. Bye. Good night.